What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. It's preview time for the website here. We've got big races going on at Keeneland and Belmont at the Big A this weekend. So we definitely want to get all those covered for you. So let's kick it off. Keeneland on Saturday. Let's go to race 6 on the card, the Perryville Stakes. This is very interesting. It's a 7 furlong race, $250,000 purse, 4 3-year-olds. We get a field of 8. We get a horse in the race that I thought might be a Breeders' Cup runner, but instead looks like they're going to take the more conservative route and go to the Perryville here, and that is number 8, Gunite. Gunite coming in here, and a horse, like I said, thought maybe the Breeders' Cup Sprint would make sense for this horse. He's been extremely good. Of course, a Grade 1 winner as a 2-year-old. He won the Hopeful Stakes last year at Saratoga. Came back this year and has won 3 out of 5 races, finished second in the other 2. The first second-place finish was his debut race. He wasn't quite cranked up. Conager was a horse that is very good, and he was able to hold him off. And then, of course, he lost to Jack Christopher in the Grade 1 Alan Jerkins Memorial up at Saratoga. You know, no shame in that. The other 3 races have all been stakes victories. Shows up here. I don't think he's got to beat much comparatively to what he's been facing. I think this horse is going to really roll in the spot. So number 8, Gunite for me on top. I think they're going to be hard-pressed to beat this horse. I look for him to run a very good race. A horse in second that I kind of like, that I'm kind of excited to see get a little bit of a class drop, is the number 2, Provocateur. This horse, when running in races kind of this caliber, has done pretty well. 2 races back, won a stakes at Monmouth. 4 races back, nearly won a stakes at Belmont Park. Even if you want to go 3 races back in the Woody Stevens at Belmont, which was a Grade 1, much tougher field, was able to get 3rd in that one. So I think the class drop is really going to help. I don't think he's quite as good as Gunite, but I think he's just as good as the rest of these horses. He'll look to bounce back after a 8th place finish in the Grade 2 Gallant Bob as the favorite last time out. I tend to draw a line through that. That race, or that racetrack at Parks, I should say, was playing big time to speed. This horse, his game usually is to get kind of close to the front. He didn't in that field. He got shuffled back, finished 8th. I drew a line through it. I didn't take it too seriously. Another thing with Parks, sometimes the horse just will show up there and they don't really like it. They don't really want to run over it. So a lot of reasons to kind of think, well, Provocateur just didn't run very well and he's going to bounce back. His other races other than that have all been pretty solid. Maybe he doesn't win, but he hits the board and run strong. So number 2, Provocateur is the horse I'm looking to use in second. There are some interesting runners in here as well. A horse I'm not going to use, but has some hype, is the number 3, Artorias. He went into the he went into the Travers Stakes after winning the Curlin at Saratoga, and kind of was the wise guy horse. He just didn't match up with those kinds, but listen, that was a really, really good field. One of the better Travers we've seen in recent memory. So Artorias cuts back to 7 furlongs. That's interesting. I don't know if that's going to be his best distance or not. But he's an interesting horse. I wouldn't, blame anybody for trying to use him. I'm going to try to beat him. So number 3, Artorias is in here. Like I said, pretty nice horse. The 6 horse B-Doc, also a nice horse, coming in for Doug O'Neill. 2 races back, won an allowance at Ellis Park. Last time out was 6th when stretching out in the Pennsylvania Derby. Right back to that 7 furlong distance. The horse is 2 for 2 at 7 furlongs in his career. That's the horse I'm going to put in 3rd. So I think he is interesting as well. But on top, I am going to go number 8, Gunite. And then in second, I will go number 2, Provocateur. Wanted to mention a couple of the other interesting ones in here. Is it's kind of a fun race for, October 22nd at Keeneland. Everybody's kind of waiting for the Breeders' Cup. But we did pop up with something pretty decent here on Saturday. So, all right, that is the preview for the Perryville Stakes. Thanks, everybody, for watching this one. Hit like if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it and want to get alerted anytime we do previews, Breeders' Cup coverage, all that stuff. We've got a lot going on. And good luck, most importantly, if you're playing Keeneland on Saturday.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best betting tips and coverage for the 2022 Breeders' Cup. Our wagering guides have cashed for thousands. You cannot miss our 2022 Inside Track wagering guide to the Breeders' Cup. So hurry up and subscribe, then go to RacingDudes.com. Check out the free picks for every race, every track across the country, and the Inside Track to the Breeders' Cup wagering guide available soon.